Scotland. We had our first one in Glasgow last Sunday, the 27th. We have another one on the 3rd of April, which is it Saturday? Sunday. It's this coming Sunday, 3rd of April. And then we've actually got one which Regiment of Blues are taking a keen interest on. We've already engaged with Police Scotland and the Glasgow City Council. It's Cairn Ahern. It's a Republican organiser. They've put it out there as their biggest parade that they've ever done, and it's meant to be going by the Cenotaph. Ian, we've got a caller. I'm just going to bring them in just now. Hello, caller. Welcome to PL Community Radio.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, caller.
Hello, it's Alderman Ruth Patterson calling you here.
Hello, Ruth.
Oh,
it's Chris
Ruth,
McGurk here.
And my name's Ian. I was actually asking, I'd seen a few things that you were getting quoted on in one of the Facebook pages, and I just asked who you were, Ruth. So great that you've called in, sort of educate me a wee bit.
How are you this evening, Ruth?
I'm very well, thank you.
No, we were actually talking earlier on about the quotes that you've been given to the media. Ian had asked about you earlier on, and I had said that you were an inspiration to me because I'm basically looking over the pond from Scotland, and there's always one name that you look for defending our community, and it always seems to be yours, and it always seems to be yourself that is kind of single-handedly standing true to your morals and standing up for your community, and we were just kind of commending you for that. We know you're in the middle of an election campaign. You're standing as an independent. How's that going for you just now?
It's going very well indeed. So far, so good. Lots of good responses outdoors, and the 6th of May will tell a tale, I would say.
Yeah. Are you confident? Quietly confident? Prefer not to say?
Sorry, say that again.
Are you confident? Are you quietly confident? Or would you prefer not to say? In regards to the election? It may actually just be my microphone here, Ruth.
Well, Ruth, Chris, can you hear me okay?
I can, yes, but the Scottish accent is quite...
Oh, no, Ruth, I don't have an accent, Ruth. This is how words pronounced. This is how words sound when they're pronounced properly.
Thanks, Ian. Thanks for that, Ian. Okay, Ian, if you would like to continue the dialogue with Ruth, I will plant my bum firmly in the passenger seat.
Yeah, Chris was asking you, Ruth, how confident you were feeling about the forthcoming election, or would you prefer not to say and just keep your powder dry?
Well, at the end of the day, it is up to the electorate, and I have been a councillor now in Belfast City Council for 15 years, and I have a fairly good reputation at serving the community that I represent, and I sincerely hope that they will come out and vote for me come the 5th of May. I always say, never count your chickens until the last vote is counted, and that's what I've always said, and that's what I'm saying now. I hope and pray that I am elected. I would love to serve the community that I represent at that higher level.
Well, you've certainly got the best wishes of everybody here, Ruth, because on the breaks and that, now that I'd asked the question, I was actually reading, as much as I could about you, and you seem to be a sort of a clarion call of clarity. You seem to be cutting through. You're saying a lot of things that most people are thinking, or most right-minded people are thinking. I'm not, you are standing up for our community. Our community sort of would get pushed into the background. We were talking earlier about appeasement and compromise, and it's all appeasement. It's always give, and the other side's take. And you are the one politician in Northern Ireland I have seen, you're digging your heels in and saying, enough's enough. We have given all we're going to give. We're wanting something back now.
Yes, well, I firmly believe that you need to tell the truth, regardless of whether people like the truth or not. Sometimes you just have to be big enough and man enough to stand up and say it as it is.
You've got to swallow the bitter pill every now and then, Ruth.
Pardon?
You've got to swallow the bitter pill every now and then.
This is it. Yes, you do. But, Northern Ireland has come through 40 years of trouble. I was a very young child whenever the trouble started. I was only 11. And I've lived through all of that. I nursed in the Royal Victoria Hospital. I saw the aftermath of the IRA's bombing campaign. I saw the body bags. I saw the pieces of bodies lying in the corridor. I witnessed the horror of what a bomb and a bullet can do to a human being. And, I've served in the Ulster Defence Regiment simply because I love my country. And my country will always come way before any political party. That's just the way I am. It's in my DNA, as the saying goes. I love this land in which I live in, and I will serve it until the day I die.
It's an inspiration to hear you saying that, Ruth. It really is, because we're over the water here in Scotland, and we see a fraction of what you see over there. You've been in the thick of it. We read about it and all the rest of it. We here in Scotland, we have only been on the periphery. We haven't seen it. And we just see more and more the sands of time are ebbing away, and it's taking everything to do with the PUL community with it. And, it's a worrying time that I keep saying, Ruth, now, I hope you don't think that this is, it's crass of me saying it, but we, as Britain, we are going to end up like South Africa, where the minority is going to rule the indigenous majority.
Yes,
and that's the way it's going. That is the way it's going. It's drip, drip, drip all the time. We're being chipped away at. We're going to end up getting left with nothing. And it's up to people like you, politicians like yourself, to stand up and be counted. And I take my hat off to you for doing that, Ruth.
Well, thank you very much indeed. I greatly appreciate hearing that. But again, it's down to the love I have for my unionist loyalist culture and the land in which I live. And it's, it has always been there with me from I was a young girl until now. And now I have this opportunity of moving forward and moving to that next level. And, we need to see government that's accountable to its people. And until unionist political parties fear their electorate more than they fear their opposition, it will only be then that they will come into their own and actually take the stand that they need to take for their Protestant unionist people.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's superb, Ruth. I mean, I agree with everything that you say. I don't think I've ever seen anything through social media or in the media that you have said and I've disagreed with it. And I know the vast majority of like-minded individuals are the same. Going back to your election campaign just now, what kind of things have you been doing in your constituency for your election campaign?
Well, really, my election campaign will be kicking off this coming Monday. All of the literature is ready. The posters are being printed. But it's out and about, meeting people. I'll be doing lots of canvassing in the forthcoming weeks and meeting people, getting my postal communication out. And just, if there are questions to be answered, then I will answer them for anyone who asks me. And that is from both communities. That's not just from my own community, because I know there will be doors that I will be knocking where there will be Roman Catholics living. And indeed, this might sound very strange to you, and it certainly took me a bit by surprise, but I was up in one of our local shopping centres just a couple of weeks ago, and a gentleman shouted at me across the mall, and he said, "Ruth Patterson," and I went, "Yes, that's me." He says, "Look, I just want to wish you all the best in your forthcoming election." And I said, "Thank you very much indeed." He said, "Now, I'm a Republican." And he said, "I come from South Armagh." And he told me his name. He told me that his parents lived in South Belfast and that they would be affording me a vote, maybe not a first preference vote, but they would be giving me maybe a second or a third vote. He said, "I must say, even though our politics differ greatly," he said, "I have to admire your stance for your people." And he said, "What your political party, my former political party, did on me, he said was wrong. He said, you were the person that should have gone into that position.
Absolutely.
But you weren't. You weren't. And do you know something? I'm also a great believer. Things happen for reasons. And God sets us all on a journey and on a path, and only He knows the outcome of it. So, I'm hoping and praying hard, and I hope everyone else will pray along with me in relation to the results on the 6th of May. And let's make this wee country of ours great again.
Yeah, I mean, you've always said that you work for Northern Ireland. You work for the community. You always have done. Everything you've said, you've done. What happened with the DUP and Emma Pengelly, that was terrible. I think so many people were angry. I don't think anybody can fully understand how you would have felt about that. Yes, and yet I wish Emma all the very best for the forthcoming election. Yeah. I mean, you've openly said that, and I mean, hats off to you, because that's kind of the way politics is, isn't it? You respect your political opponents, and that's it. But it must have been.
That's the way, Chris, if you don't mind, that's the way it should be. But unfortunately, in this day and age, you've got an awful lot of people who don't think that way.
Yeah,
they don't shake hands and say the best man won and walk away. They will just keep nibbling away. I'll give you the yes voters in Scotland at the referendum. They have never given up since the 19th of September.
That's right.
Ruth,
that's very true.
They will not accept. If the answer doesn't go the way they want, they will not accept it. They will just keep, and that is in their DNA, Ruth. That is, there are people like that who have just got no morals. There is no moral compass now.
Yes, that's quite right.
Ruth, can I come to you with another question? It's my last one that I have, right? You made the headlines when you said that you were going to stand as an independent, and the headlines also had said that Jamie Bryson was your campaign manager. I personally think that's absolutely great. Has Jamie been right up there with you, or 100% of the way? Has he been great? Has he managed your campaigns well? Has it been the right choice?
Jamie has been a tower of strength, shall I say, and whenever I made the final decision to stand as an independent candidate, he was the first person that popped into my head, and I lifted my phone and I rang him. And I said, Jimmy, I'm going to ask you a question. And I said, you can say yes or you can say no. And I said, will you be my campaign manager for the forthcoming Assembly elections? And he said to me, Ruth, it would be an honour. And we work so well together. So we do. We think along the same lines. And whenever you have the same love for your country as the person you're working with, everything falls into place.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be like a match made in heaven, really, for your campaign. Having Jamie there, he's a proven campaigner. He knows what he's talking about. He's absolutely ruthless in what he stands for, which is great to see. He stands by, very much like yourself. He's got the same makings, from what I can see. I don't think... There's no doubt in my mind that the vote is going to go your way. You've represented the people for so many years. You've stuck by them. They've stuck by you so far. I don't see any reason why they won't going forward. I personally wish you all the best from Scotland, and I'm hoping that during the week I'm over, I'm travelling over tomorrow with the guys at Regimental Blues. So I'm actually hoping that I can come and maybe even help you out your door-to-door campaign and your canvassing if there is anyone out during the next week. I'll be more than happy to come and do my bit for you.
Well, take a note of my number and give me a shout.
I will, absolutely.
And certainly it would be a pleasure to have you all along.
Yeah. I'll keep
Chris, I'm
going
to wait. I need to go. It's 9 o'clock, mate. But Ruth, can I thank you very much for calling in? It's been a pleasure speaking to you. Wish you all the best in the forthcoming election. Chris, all the best to you and the other Regimental Blues that are going over there tomorrow. And you're doing a grand job. And I'll speak to you later on in the week, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Anita,
Thank you.
Ruth, thank you very much indeed, Ruth.
My pleasure.